Hi, my name is Valerie and I purchased a Helix lateral trainer. I searched the web before purchasing to try and figure out how to put it together, but I couldn't find anything, so I assembled this video which supplements the manual. I am not affiliated with Helix in any way, just a regular consumer. The quality of this product is what I would consider commercial grade, although they label it for residential use. If you choose to get one, you will not be disappointed. There are tons of rave reviews available, which you've probably already viewed. To start, you will need a box cutter or a knife to cut the tape so that you can access the contents of the box. Additionally, Helix provides a toolkit, but I preferred to use a socket wrench where I could. I found the 3 listed sizes of sockets were all I needed. There were a few spots where a socket wrench wouldn't fit, and then I used their tools. This is what you'll receive. I've already partially separated the top box from the base, and it's only 18 inches wide, so will easily fit through a doorway, which was one of my concerns. As a side note, I always cut the serial number off the box and tape it to the manual for future reference. With the box top removed, you can now see the components. Make sure you have it positioned so that you have the front located so that you can install the legs. Now, put that box cutter to work and remove the components. I found I had to break some of the styrofoam away from the base, and that seemed okay. I placed the parts from right to left as you see as I removed them. Now to begin the assembly. First, I did a trial layout, and I triple checked to make sure that each leg was on the correct side. To install the first leg, I realized I had to break some of the styrofoam off at the back to make room for the leg. After that, I lined up the yellow arrows and then wiggled around until the bolts seated. I figured out on the right leg that I could place the leg horizontally and somewhat line up the bolts, then rotate the leg up into position. I also had to gently lift up on the base unit at the same time, somewhat awkward but doable. At this point, you could probably remove the remaining packing material and install the wheel assembly. This is covered later in the video. Step installation is pretty easy. Just put in the first bolt enough so that the threads catch, and then wiggle the step onto the mount so that it fits flush. Please note there's a round alignment dipple, I'm not quite sure what else to call it, that must match up with the step. See the red arrow. Next, to install the center tube. I show the pieces laid out on the floor and then mounted on the base. Trial fit the rubber gasket to the cover to make sure that you have it going the correct direction. Once in place, attach the elastic band on the cover unit around the top of the tube to hold everything out of the way. Now, finger tighten the side bolts and then insert the long bolts from the back to the front so that the nuts are on the inside. If you do this the other way, the cover will not fit later. Ask me how I know. Attach the wire connections between the tube and the base. Now you're ready to cover it up. Cut off the elastic from the cover and wiggle the cover around until it settles into place. I did not experience a click, it just sort of lined up correctly. Next, wiggle the rubber gasket into place on the cover, and this part is done. Now, remove the screws from the back of the console and mount it onto the tube. Be careful to make sure that the wires run inside the plastic channel so that they aren't pinched. I pulled all the wires to the front and then carefully connected them. I assume the smaller wires are for the pulse measurement portion, and it doesn't seem to matter if they connect to the left or the right. Carefully, I pushed the wires down so that they were not on the top of the bar. Then I placed the cover over them and gently wiggled around until the cover seemed to be in place. Once again, I didn't feel a definite click. Now, you can remove the screws from the center tube and mount the bottle holder if you so choose. And the fun part, the directions just stop. So the rest of this is what I did to complete my assembly. I gently rotated the assembled unit onto its side to access the bottom. In the center is a bracket with 2 holes. This is for the wheel assembly. The longer screw goes in furthest away from the wheels. I installed it with the bend angled downward, and it seemed to work just fine from maneuvering within the room. Now, cross your fingers and plug it in. I tried it out and I lasted about 2 minutes. I just thought I was in shape. Thank you for watching this video and enjoy your unique trainer.